Hello, my friends. Our study today takes us to explore some rather intense feelings like vengeance and indignation. But is a Christian even supposed to feel those things? Well, the psalmist sure did. In Psalms 58, 6-8, David does not mince his words. Break the teeth in their mouths, O God. Lord, tear out the fangs of those lions. Let them vanish like water that flows away. When they draw their bow, let their arrows fall short. May they be like a slug that melts away as it moves along, like a stillborn child that never sees the sun. Whoa! And if you read other Psalms like 69, 83, 94, or 137, these expressions of indignation and vengeance get even more graphic. What could possibly motivate a person to write those things? And who are those feelings directed at? A friend of mine many years ago said, I know that we're supposed to wait until God distributes vengeance in the judgment, but it's so good to see when it happens here on earth. What David and other psalmists were expressing is called righteous indignation, which some scholars believe is the only form of anger that is not sinful. Righteous indignation is a combination of anger and disgust at a situation where there is a profound sense of injustice or unfairness. In talking about anger, the Seventh-day Adventist commentary states the following. A Christian who is not aroused to the point of indignation by manifest wrongs and injustices may be insensitive to some things that ought to concern him. Righteous indignation has a most important function in stimulating men in the battle against evil. Jesus was not angered by any personal affront, but by hypocritical challenges to God and injustices done to others. Justifiable anger is directed against the wrong act without animosity towards the wrongdoer. To be able to separate the two is a supremely great Christian achievement. You see, as Christians, it is very dangerous to be indifferent to other people's suffering or to become desensitized to suffering. Christians should be calling out injustices and wanting accountability. We're God's hands and feet here on earth. However, we need to understand that ultimately God is responsible for bringing justice and judgment on wrongdoers. As Christians, it is not our responsibility to carry out vengeance, but to hope that evil will be punished. Righteous indignation and empathy go hand in hand, because as Christians, we have to be able to put ourselves in the place of those who are on the receiving end of injustice. It's the biggest safeguard against indifference. In 1891, Ellen White wrote an appeal to 30 church leaders in Battle Creek to address one of the social justice issues of that time, referring to African Americans and their integration into society coming out of slavery. She advocated for our church to do something about it and said, "It has become fashionable to look down upon the poor and upon the colored race in particular. But Jesus the Master was poor, and he sympathizes with the poor, the discarded, the oppressed, and declares that every insult shown to them is as if shown to himself. I am more and more surprised as I see those who claim to be children of God possessing so little of the sympathy, tenderness, and love which actuated Christ. Would that every church, north and south, were imbued with the spirit of our Lord's teaching. May your righteous indignation lead you closer to Christ and to work for him." And that is our nugget for today. I'll see you tomorrow.